Good morning. Good to see you. Thank you. We all can find seats. You can sit up here by herd. I'd watch out for your wallet. There's some seats in the back. There you go. Welcome. My name's Skip Mounds, Dean of the School of Business and Public Management at the College of Coastal Georgia. Glad you could come. I'm not. Okay, I need to eat this like a rock star. There you go. 1, 2. 1 Million Cups is an educational program developed by the Kauffman Center of Kansas City. The purpose of 1 Million Cups is to encourage, engage, and support entrepreneurs and to help create an entrepreneurial network and a community of supportive sponsors and mentors. We will have 2 entrepreneurs make 6-minute presentations about their firms, challenges that they face, lessons that they have learned, and problems that they might be facing. This will be followed by questions from you all. Our goal is very simple: to have creative people talk to other creative people in hopes that that conversation encourages others to follow their creativity so as to enhance the diversity and excitement of our community. 91 other cities are doing the exact same thing at the exact same time, adjusting time zones. But ours are the best because we have stars in our presentations. Who turned off? There they go. We have sparkling stars, no other cities. So this is ethereal that we're here. Might even be spiritual. So let me introduce our sponsors. First of all, the one, the only, Ms. Susan Bates of Tipsy McSway's. We would not be here if it were not for her support and kindness. Mr. Rick Townsend, Kevin Pullen of the Golden Isles Career Academy for filming. And Mr. Bowman from Wake Up Coffee. Now, just one remark about Tipsy's. When I want to know about where I should be, where it's happening, where life is going on, where do I go other than the Brunswick News? Elegant Island Living. This is the go-to. And Tipsy's best bar. Congratulations. Also, we are always looking for ways to get the word out and to keep you informed. So please follow, or friend us at the various social media sites that we have that'll be on one of the slides that is scrolling through. If you do not tweet, I guess that's the same thing. Facebook, I don't know what you do on these sites other than it's probably not legal. Please leave your business card in the tip jar in the back there, and we'll put you on our distribution list. If you have achieved a point in life where you're proud to not have a business card, right on. There's a pad you could put your name and address and your email address, and we'd be glad to reach out to you. The format for today is that we will have a presenter. We will then take a break. You can refresh your coffee, meet a friend, welcome anyone new. Is anyone new today? Is this your first time? Welcome. Thank you very much. And just please mingle and be supportive, and then we will have a second a second presenter. Our first presenter is Linda Yates of Linda Yates Coaching and Consulting Group. Linda is new to is new to our community. She has produced over 250 educational seminars. She has a client list and executive coaching from Fortune 500 companies that include Wells Fargo, Microsoft, and Fannie Mae. So please welcome Linda Yates.
Good morning. Thank you for coming. I figure I am flying on the wings of Richland rum. So thank you very much for being here this morning. And thank you for coming so I could fly with you. My name is Linda Yates, and I'm an executive coach, a keynote speaker, as well as a corporate trainer. And as Skip mentioned, Dr. Mounts mentioned, I am new to your beautiful area of Georgia. I come from South Florida for the past 12 years, but I'm originally an Idaho farm girl. And today my goal is to share with you who I am, why I'm here, what I do, and how I do it. So thank you again for coming on this journey with me. A question for you. How many of you like to win? That's it? Really? How many of you like to win? Always. There you go. There you go. How many of you have ever participated on a sports team of some sort where you had a coach? Okay. So you have an understanding already of what it is I do. Now, winning is an interesting experience. We don't have to win by a full length in the race of whatever it is that we do. We can win just by a nose. In fact, how many of you have ever gone to a horse race? How many of you have ever bet on a horse race? And you know the difference between the top pocket, right? The winnings versus number 2 can be tens of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, depending on what kind of race that you're betting on. But what's interesting about that is the winning horse and the winning rider, again, doesn't have to win by a full length to win that top purse. All they have to do is win by a nose. So that's what I do. I actually help individuals and organizations win by that little nose, by the little different things that we do. Now, how did this journey start for me? Well, first off, as I mentioned, I'm born and raised Idaho farm girl. Grew up in a family of 7 kids. I have 2 sisters, one that's 11 years older than me and another that's about 4 years younger than I. One day I was with my mother, probably about age 9. My older sister was off to college. My little sister was with us. So it was my little sister, Sherry, my mother, and I. And we were visiting with one of my mom's friends named Carol. Carol asked about my older sister, Carolyn, and she made the comment, man, Carolyn is so smart. Now, Carolyn had just graduated as valedictorian of her class. And she was asking how Carolyn was doing and how wonderful and how smart she was. And then she made a comment about Sherry, my little sister, who's so cute. Oh, she's so cute. She's the cutest in your family. So guess what I heard? I heard I wasn't smart and I wasn't cute. Now, Carol didn't say that, but that's what I internalized. And that began my journey with regard to image. And that's what I do. I coach on others and how they perceive themselves, as well as their businesses on what the image is. Now, what's interesting about our image is it's always broadcasting, like the sun. The sun is always there, and each one of us, we are always our unique brand. Our businesses are unique as well. Those people that work for us, they're a part of that brand. Or our organization, if we have a nonprofit organization, those people that volunteer for us or work for us, they're all emanating this brand. Now, when I work with individuals and organizations, I work with them on 3 different particular areas. The first is appearance. I don't know about you, but I have noticed a shift in professionalism and the way that people appear. They have taken less thought with regard to putting their best foot forward at all times. In fact, one of the strategies that I work on and teach my clients alone in appearance can increase the bottom line by 18%, just based on what you put on your body and how you wear and how you appear and how you feel. It's all related to the embodied condition. The next area is behavior. Is your team or are you promising one thing and under-delivering something else? So I work with individuals and organizations on the behavior, social behavior, etiquette, those sorts of things. And then the last and the biggie is communication. Communication is key. Communication in what we're non-verbally saying versus what we are verbally saying. I work with a lot of speakers looking to present. I also work with individuals trying to form what their backstory is so they can present that in a polished, positive, and professional way. Now, one of the things I help my clients do is take aim and in their strategy. This happens to be my daughter going shooting for the first time. And we get really clear on what it is and what the goals and objectives are of what we're trying to reach and accomplish together. I also help my individuals be accountable to what their goals are. I help my individuals, my clients, uncover strengths that they maybe never thought they had possible so they can realize the possibilities for them so at the end of the day they can accomplish their goals and dreams. And this happens to be my youngest son. Now, the system that I have is a 15-ray system. And again, as we work on each of these different rays, we're able to help create that nose in order to win. And we go through the process and we do evaluation as we work through that process. One of the things that I have done is utilize technology. I have a podcast called The Executive Edge. And on this podcast, I interview executives, entrepreneurs, professionals, all about how they have tapped into their edge. And this is on iTunes and Stitcher. And in fact, I had the well-renowned Skip Mounts on it last week. So if you want to hear his podcast, it was great. And it was so much fun having him on here. But what we do is we talk about the challenges that individuals face and what their edge is and how they have reached success and how they've tapped into their potential. I also have a program called 6 Steps to Energize Your Personal Brand. And in here, I go at length and in depth in different areas about how to energize what you're emanating out to the world as well as what your organization is. I also have an ebook that is free on my site to download called Uncover the Possible, 12 Secrets to Success. And then I'm getting ready to publish my first hard book called Beyond the Clothes, Image and Presence. Now, one of the things that I was asked to do as I came and I presented was I was to share with you what some of my concerns are, those problems that I face. Some of the biggest problems that I face is no one knows who I am or what it is that I do. So I am trying to continually broadcast and brand who I am and to get out there and market. So any ideas that you have with regard to how I can tap and touch, that would be great. I'm utilizing all the social media sites, but one of my other biggest problems, quite frankly, is being a solopreneur and having time to do all of that. One of my long-term goals for my organization is to eventually have a nonprofit where I can have a foundation that shares a program that I've developed called Uncover the Incredible You. That goal is to hit especially young women, but all teenagers 12 to 16 years old throughout the world. And my goal is to get that messaging across to them so that they never think that they're not smart enough or they're not pretty enough, but that they have the possible within them to achieve their goals and their dreams. And I have 1 minute left. And that's pretty much the wrap of what it is that I do, how I do it, why I do it, and what I do. Thank you so much for coming, and I would be happy to welcome your questions. That's a great question. I have over 30 years in corporate America where I was the individual that was always representing the brand. I was always the individual that organizations put on a stage and said, Linda, get everybody turned on about what it is we do. So that's part of my background, along with coaching certification programs that I've taken. And quite frankly, I started my path on image when I was 12 years old, when a youth leader in my church was part of an image company, a consultant company, that got me hooked. And when I went to my first professional development course, I'm like, that's what I want to do one day. I want to be teaching individuals what's powerful about them. And that's my journey. Thank you for that question. Yes, Rick.
Transition-wise, moving to a new area, are you consulting long distance, or is that what you're trying to go global, I guess? Or what's your question?
Oh, repeat the question. And for that first question, the question was, what was the training or my background? Great, thank you. Next question, transitioning to a new area of the country. Is my goal to go global, or how am I doing that? That is a great question. Thank heaven that I am virtual, and the reason that we came here is my husband took a temporary duty position at Fletsy and now is going to become permanent. We're getting ready to close on a home in Darien next week, so we're very excited about that. Now, granted, Georgia was not part of my initial plan. Going to South Florida was. However, I say that, and I have to tell you how impressed I have been with the area, with the business community already in this area, but the warmth and the acceptance and the help and just the kindness. I mean, I was mystified one day. We were eating in a restaurant, and I got up, and I should have said, excuse me, to the person walking by me, but the woman that walked by me said, excuse me, and not in a sarcastic way that I may have experienced in somewhere else. And I was just so impressed, and I'm so excited to be here. So thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for that. And I have checked that out, and thank you again for that affirmation. I appreciate that. And again, I'm open to your ideas, your suggestions, and would love to connect and network with you on a deeper level, because obviously that's what it's about. It's about those relationships and setting up positive, helpful relationships to help one another and mentor and sponsor one another. Any other questions?
As a community, how can we help support you?
As a community, how can you help and support me? I guess as we connect and get to know each other, sharing that out to your friends if you are on social media, or if there's individuals or organizations that you know that could utilize my expertise, my thoughts, my prodding, and those things to help them become better at what it is they do. Again, helping them have that little edge so that they can win.
Thank you. The minimum cost, if you're a local small business, when they get you involved, what's the minimum cost?
To work with me? What's the minimal cost to work with me? So basically I have packages, and the first thing that I do is I go in and I do a discovery process to see what it is we can do together and what the goals and objectives are. But pretty much my packages range from $250 to $2,500. And we work from there. As I close up, I just want to remind you all that when we communicate, 93% of the way that we communicate is through our nonverbal communication. So when we do a presentation, we get all worried about that 7% of what words I'm going to say, or even as I meet someone, what words am I going to say? But 93% is the way that we're communicating and emanating our brand all the time. So thanks again for coming, and I would love to help you uncover your strengths so that you can realize your possibilities and accomplish your goals and dreams. For I truly know that nothing is impossible. Thank you.
All right, if you want to take a break, get a cup of coffee, meet some friends, we'll have